Hey guys, Eli here, and on this video I'm going to talk about 5 things that you should do and know prior to hiring your first employee for your real estate photography business. Now obviously hiring your first employee is an awesome milestone, so if you're at that point, congratulations. And I think this video will really help you streamline that process and make sure that you're adequately prepared, as well as help you select a good first hire. The first one is not as fun as some of the others, but it is very important, and it is that you should have saved from your business's profits at least $10,000. Now, I'm not counting other assets if you came into this business with some money or you have a 401k or other personal assets. I think that before you ever get to the point where you bring someone else on board, you should have taken $10,000 out of your business and put it in an account not to be touched. And there's 2 reasons for that. Number one is if you can't save up $10,000, it either means your business isn't big enough yet or you don't really know how to manage money properly. Both of those are probably a good sign that you should not be hiring yet and bringing more people into the mix. So I recommend you get to that $10,000 milestone first. And when I say profit, I mean business income that your business actually generated that you were able to take out of your business and put somewhere safe that you didn't need. So extra profit to give yourself some cushion. And that's the second reason why I think you should do that. It will just give you some cushion. You never know what you'll run into when you bring someone new on your team. Sometimes business slows down, sometimes they break equipment. And there's just a bunch of more unexpected expenses that can arise when you have employees. So having that little bit extra cushion will make things a lot more peaceful for you. Like I said, when you hire somebody, it brings new challenges into your business. And so the last thing you want on top of those new people-related challenges are financial challenges. And so for that reason, I recommend at least 10 grand. Personally, I would say not until you have 20 grand because the reality is none of us should be in a hurry when it comes to growing our business because typically the faster you grow something, the faster it can come back down. And so measured, thoughtful growth is important. And so if you're able to, I'd recommend saving up $20,000. Number 2, you should have a very clear idea for your business's profit. And what I mean by that is most people just look at their P&L statement and they see all of their income, all of their expenses, and it spits out a number at the bottom and they say, that is my business's profit. And while technically that is true from an accounting perspective, I want you to separate that profit into 2 different categories psychologically. This has nothing to do with accounting or taxes. It's just so you understand how much your business is making and get a better picture for your business's health. So let's say on your P&L for your last month, it showed $7,000 in profit. First of all, congratulations. But second of all, I want you to break up that profit. I want you to take out of that profit what it would cost you to hire someone to do your job. So if you're someone that sits in your office and you just schedule shoots, and your photographers shoot them, you would take out what it would cost you to hire someone to do that. And then you have to factor in a bunch of other things. If you do bookkeeping for your company, if you work longer than your average photographer, therefore you take a higher premium, factor that all out of your business. It's not super important specifically related to the first hire, but I think it'll give you a better picture into how much your business is actually making. So let's say that number, you decide it would take $5,000 to replace what you do in your business. Then you would look at it this way. You make $5,000 a month from being an employee and $2,000 in profit. And that profit is actually the only part of your business's profit from the psychological perspective, right? But that will help you understand how well your business is actually doing. And obviously, if you're hiring employees, you're starting the scaling process. And so I think it's important to understand how scale is going to impact your business. It's definitely going to bring more people into your business and reduce your profit and make your margins thinner. That is not a bad thing because it is always better to have 10% of a $10 million pie than 100% of a $50,000 pie, but just gives you something to think about and helps you understand more how your finances break down. Number 3, I think that you should have a very specific reason for why you are hiring that person and what it's going to allow you to do. One of the bigger mistakes that I made when I hired employees, and I see so many people making, is the only reason they're hiring, at least the way they understand it, is to be able to fulfill more volume. So here's how that looks in practice, and here's why that makes a difference. If you're just hiring to fill demand, someone comes in your office for an interview, they're like, I have Monday, Thursday, and Friday all day available. You like them, you say great, and they're hired. Now what happens in your schedule is Monday, Thursday, and Friday, you have a lot more free time, but Tuesday and Wednesday, you're shooting. And it doesn't provide a lot of consistency and doesn't give you a real way to scale your business properly. The better way to do it, if you're thinking about hiring to buy time back, would say, I need somebody from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. every day. I need them to be able to do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you set out to find that person. And what that allows you to do is every morning you've removed yourself from the shooting process. Someone else is doing those shoots for you. You're going to shoot in the afternoon because you still want to make some money from actually shooting, and you don't have enough money to full-time hire someone to do all those shoots for you. But you've now bought back your morning and you have consistency. So you can get up in the morning, you can deliver all the projects, you can spend some time working on your business, and then in the afternoon, when theoretically everything has settled down a little bit, you can go spend some time working in your business as a photographer. Now, obviously, it's not a clean cutoff where you go from shooting everything yourself to only managing, but you want to be working towards that. And this really plays into your favor when you go to hire that second employee, and now you're like, perfect. I need to hire someone from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Now I've bought my whole day back. Or you could switch their schedules and you could have them now both work full-time depending on your employees. But that's a much more measured way to grow, and that's not what I always did, and it just didn't make things as efficient as they could be. Number 4, when you go to hire your first employee, I highly encourage you to interview at least 5 people before making a decision. It's really easy to want to take the first person that comes through your door because you're excited and they seem to fit the bill, but overall interviewing 5 people will give you a lot more context and help you make a better choice. And when it comes to hiring, the people you hire make a huge difference, and so giving yourself some more options never will hurt you. And number 5, expect to spend a little bit more time training that first employee than you will future employees. And here's the reason for that. Besides the obvious that you're going to be new to training employees and it might take a little longer for that reason, the main reason is because your clients don't yet trust your process. They trust you. They say, John, you're good at shooting, that's why I hire you. But what they don't actually know yet, and what you haven't proven to them, is that it's actually not you, it's the way you shoot in your process, which can be replicated in an employee. So that first employee, you're really helping them go from I trust John to I trust John's process that can be replicated in an employee. And if you do that too quickly, they'll really scrutinize that employee the first time. And so if you don't train them properly and they're not really up to par, they're not going to trust those future employees either, and you may end up even losing a client. That doesn't often happen, but I do think it is very important for that reason to carefully train your first employee. Once they trust that first employee, and once they're used to the fact that you are not going to be coming to shoots, at least a lot of the time, they will be totally fine with that second, third, and fourth employee if you do the first one right. So expect to spend a little bit more time there. That's all for this video, guys. I hope you got something out of that, and if you're starting the hiring process and you've achieved that milestone in your business, congratulations. It gets really fun at that point. More challenges will be brought up. You'll have to deal with the biggest challenge of all, which is people and the challenges that they bring, but it's an exciting opportunity for your business.